back. Victory Monday pod. How we feeling, boys?
Hey, Victory Monday. Love it.
I mean, love 3 away points. That's as many as we got last year, right?
In total, the entire season.
Pretty much. Now, we had a couple of draws, so maybe like 4.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair. We definitely had a couple of draws.
Quick recap of the game. The official starting 11. I think there were some expectations here and a couple surprises, but we'll cover it real quick. Pause and goal. Farfan over at left back. Shaq Moore over at the right side. Our center backs were Osaze and Ibiaga. I think Osaze was my first surprise. He played excellent, and we'll talk about that in a couple of minutes, but I will say I was surprised to see him in the starting 11. I was expecting him to maybe get a couple of weeks to settle in, but he looked great jumping in here. We had the midfield. We had Sebastian Lletget and Ramiro, who I think did a great job in the back midfield. And then our boy Lucho starting in the 10 spot with Anderson Julio and Bernie Kamungo on the wings, and our star striker Pedro Musa in the 9 hole. I think we're doing great up here. And, I was surprised to see Acosta start. Not completely shocked, but I don't know. What do you guys think?
Do we want to go position by position or just
run through this?
Okay.
Yeah, I think.
I think there's two main surprises and one change that I would have made, but I'll let you guys talk about
I'm not
first.
surprised about Lucho starting. I'm more surprised that he went as long as he did. I thought they'd give him just like a little bit just to be like, hey, he played his debut. I think the biggest surprise to me was that he was captain.
But that doesn't surprise me. I think that's something that you promise a guy like that and tell him, look, this is going to be your team. You're going to lead this team when you get here, and This is going to be your show, and we're going to work around you.
The more I think about it, the less surprised I am. Kind of getting into the thoughts of like, well, there's a good chance they promised it to him. But somebody pointed out on some conversations I was having earlier that he also captained the All-Star team. So maybe he just seems to command respect somehow. I don't know much about the guy personally. So,
I mean, when you're the former MVP, you come to a team.
Yeah.
You come to a team like this without, like, if Matty Hedges was still here or if somebody with tenure, then he doesn't get it.
Yeah, who else would give it to?
Yeah, because when he left, they gave it to Paz, not Lletget.
Yeah,
well, keep in mind too
confrontation rules.
Yeah, I was going to say, keep in mind with those new confrontation rules that you don't really want your keeper having to come out of the goal to argue with the ref.
Kind of necessary. I'm not going to lie. I think it's a bummer,
just
but
a logistical point.
For sure. But no, I think I wasn't actually that so surprised that our new center back started, to be honest with you, because when they signed him, he's from the interview, his intention was, I'm coming here to start.
Yeah, that was pretty clear.
Same thing as when they signed Martin Paz, is like, I'm not coming here to fill a role. Like, I am the guy. And from what he played, he is the guy. He's automatically an improvement.
100%. 100%. He's the truth.
Didn't Osaze play with him in preseason though? It's not like he only had 1 week.
No, I don't think so. No.
Oh, am I confusing him with?
He practiced like 3 times with the team. That was
I'm confusing him with the young guy they signed.
Yes.
Yeah.
The trialist.
Yeah,
he was in Portugal.
Yeah.
Now,
I wasn't too surprised. I think it just speaks to the quality that we're still looking for at center back, right?
Yeah.
And he's definitely the truth, man. I'm looking forward to.
I really enjoyed watching him.
When he's actually gelled with this team.
Yeah,
it's going to be dangerous.
He had a couple of good passes too.
Yes.
That I was worried we'd lose a little bit because Tafari had a couple of big, really good passes each game, like long balls or a really good cutting pass that he was especially developing at the end of his time. Hopefully, Osaze can keep that up too.
For sure.
So we got to the 18th minute, and the Orange Men were up 1-0. I don't even want to say the name of that city. I don't want to say the name of the team.
Oh my goodness. I mean, I got to be honest with you. It's such a cool city. I don't know. I got to put some respect on it.
Yeah. Love the city. That's why, I'd rather them say F the Dynamo and not the city, personally.
There
Love
you
the
go.
city.
Exactly.
It just doesn't fit. It doesn't fit. That's the problem.
Yeah, no, I feel you. That goal, I think was it Ibby or Shaq that got beat in the air? I can't remember. I think it was Shaq who misplayed it.
That got beat in the air.
Was it Ibby? Okay.
Followed it up.
But you know what? You're right. But God, we had some people sleeping and ball watching that goal.
Yes. That cross should have never came in.
To give that one in. Yeah. People got dribbled past. People were just watching. Yeah, that was horrible.
So it was obviously it came from Farfan's side, and maybe I'm just I don't know. Farfan, just watch, especially on the rewatch.
No, I think he had a
Farfan
bad game for sure. I would say at best, I think he was average. At
All right, hold on. How about this? Let's do who do we think played well, and then who played.
Oh yeah, okay.
poorly. I think who played well. So obviously, what's the center back's name? I'm going to butcher this.
Osaze.
I'm just going to say Osaze because I haven't heard his last name yet.
Osaze,
Wizard of Oz.
For sure, yeah. So Oz played well. I'm just going to shorten that.
Oz. We'll go with that. I like it.
Yeah, yeah. So Oz played well. Musa, obviously, for a guy that's getting paid as much as he is, he likes to run. He loves pressing. He gets frustrated when they don't quite complete the press, which happened a little too often.
You see him coming way back a lot this game. That was interesting.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't do that till after he scored. So I think in his mind, it's like once I get my goal, then I can start doing other stuff.
Yeah, and to be fair, him coming back also gave him an assist for a second. So
that is true.
Well, the first,
unlike the Zeus situations last year.
55th minute, it was an absolute just giveaway, right? Like that was just a pass by the defender right to Musa, and he held on, clean, composed, and just finished strong like a gentleman.
I think Dallas deserves more credit on the goal than they're getting. Yes, it's a total giveaway, but that doesn't happen if we're not high pressing.
Yeah, it was a press.
The amount of pressure that the front line was putting on their defense. I'm not going to call it a forced error because I think it was just a shit touch. But yeah, I think if the team's not pressing the way they were, that's not a goal.
It's a good press, which good press leads into a mistake. The defender is not left-footed, and he tried to hit it one time on the left foot on a rainy, cold day. So that was a mistake.
Yeah. It did look like a lot of the goals we'd been giving up the last couple of years with the real dumb back passing.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, like I said, you want to say it's an easy goal, but I've seen those missed. Or I've seen goalkeepers.
Plenty of those missed in Dallas, right?
Yeah. I've seen goalkeepers come up big on that instance. So,
and he absolutely could have airmailed it over the crossbar and just put way too much on it, but it was a great touch, and he just finished really strong, and that was really fun to watch. Next goal came, and the winning goal came in the 76th. Again, Musa with that incredible outlet pass, and then Anderson Julio opens his account and just takes off. Total track meet.
Foul, no foul. What do we think?
No foul. The way that team, the way that crew was calling, that was not a foul in that game.
I mean, I don't think it was a foul because he literally felt the guy on the shoulder and then threw himself. I think if he had just allowed Musa to foul him, it would have been a foul. But the embellishment and like twisting and doing this made it like, no, I'm not giving that.
Yeah, you gonna tell me a striker just took you down?
Yeah. There was a play earlier in the game where I think it might have been Musa who was in the box, and he got pulled down a little bit too. And
I don't know.
He didn't get the call here, so
I haven't rewatched that specific thing to decide if it was a foul or not. I've just watched the whole play like once or twice. I don't know. We're talking about the way the refs were calling, but at the same time, Dallas was pulling some real light fouls and really drawing them at one point. So I don't know.
Yeah, especially early on, it was
Dallas did a good job of drawing fouls. I'll say that.
Yeah, I most of the fouls were Bernie early, and I think it's because he was very indecisive. So to revert back to the who played well, who played poorly.
This matters here.
So 3 players I think that played well. Oz played well, Musa played well, and I actually want to say Romero was solid for the 60-ish minutes that he played. Obviously, if
76.
Was it 76? I thought it was like 68, somewhere. 76. Okay. Wait, no. Didn't Siki replace him at 68?
No, we got Pedrino coming on for Kamungo at 62, and then we've got Siki comes on for Ramiro at 76.
76. Okay.
Yep. And then you've got the double switch of Lucho and Julio coming off at 79, and that's Delgado and Logan coming on.
Yeah, so those are my 3 guys that played well. Romero, I like him. That foul at the top of the box, not great. Like if you gotten beat, just get beat, and then hopefully your defense does something.
Yeah,
because that's the kind of goal. That's the type of foul you give away late in the game, and a win becomes a tie, or a tie becomes a loss. It kind of looked
like he fouled him because he was gassed, not because he's like.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. He got beat, and he was like, "I'm not running," and that's no bueno. People who I didn't think play well. I think.
Wait, can I say something about Ramiro first, real quick?
No, go ahead.
Yeah. I think that on that goal that we let in, he was one of the people ball watching.
What? Okay.
which we got to count that as a slight mistake, but like at the same time, it did end up coming from the wing, right?
Yeah. For sure.
But him and Legit were both kind of just ball watching at one point there, and that was weird. Just like a quick switch off.
Yeah. I mean, it happens. It's
it
rain.
happens.
It's 40 degrees. It's windy. It's cold. You know, at a certain
You
point.
definitely don't have team chemistry yet.
Right.
Yeah.
A bunch of guys who have played probably a combined 80 minutes in practice only together, right? They haven't. So I think it was a lot better than we expected. Some interesting numbers out of.
Hold on a second. I want to hear Marcus's 3 bad ones.
Yeah, go for it.
I'm pretty sure we're both going to agree on these.
Well, I think Bernie played is I don't know. I really feel sorry for this kid, but
yeah, I'm getting depressed.
I don't know if it's whatever is the switch in his mind where he's like, should I run past them? Should I try to dribble? Should I pass? That switch needs to make a decision much quicker.
Yeah, or it needs to be natural. Like,
well, I mean, he has this talent. Obviously,
right.
He showed in that that season.
Yeah, I guess I'm thinking about like the times I saw Zeus was at his best.
Yeah,
at least up front was when he didn't think about it. He just did things.
Yeah, just first touch.
Yeah.
I will say I didn't think Lucho was that great. I think his touch, especially early. I don't know if y'all rewatch the game, there have been a couple of times where like he controlled the ball and it bounced 3 feet off of him, and the defender was just like, "Oh, thank you." And I don't know if that was rust. I don't know if it was the weather, but then he proved me wrong later with a complete dead drop when he controlled it once. I was just like, this is absolute class.
Yeah, my brain keeps wanting to juxtapose that with Logan dribbling at people the way he did and Julio running the way he did. Like, especially when I'm comparing Bernie to those two, I'm like, oh man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think if Bernie had Logan's tenacity, he's a better player. Because I like Logan, but Logan talent, like physically and talent wise, is not quite on Bernie's level. But
yeah,
Logan's a dog, and we love him for it.
He's gonna go for it. Yeah,
he's just gonna put his head down and run through a wall for you.
Man, I thought Logan had a great showing in the 10, 11 minutes that he got on. He was just ball hog, that holding the ball in the corner. Like, he just looked good in possession, and I cannot wait to see him get some real minutes this year.
Yeah, I just couldn't believe the world's slowest like tap around he did and still got to it.
Exactly. Yeah, the nutmeg in the corner. I was like, wow,
that was so weird, and it was so slow.
Yeah, and then the third guy, it's kind of a hard decision to make. I want to say Farfan, but I'm not going to blame him. It's really Ibby. Being next to Oz now, and even last year being next to Tafara, it's like your deficiencies are like highlighted more when you're next to someone who actually has athletic ability.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Shaq, I mean, like, to be honest, I guess the biggest compliment I can give Shaq is that, like, you didn't notice him. He didn't make any mistakes.
I didn't think about him much. So
yeah, so that's
there was that one shot he had that really should have been a goal.
He did basically whiff it. Yeah,
yeah, that's true. Yeah.
But I don't know.
Really unlucky there.
I know he should have made it, but at the same time, I don't know. It is your defender. I can't be as angry.
Is
maybe
that the
I'm
one
giving him a pass, but I don't know.
Is that the one Julio rebounded and then hit across the face of goal?
Yes,
I think so.
I thought the defender hit that. I didn't see the replay. Did the defender not get a touch on that?
No, he missed it by just a hair.
Oh, okay. Because it was a corner. That's why I was like, didn't the defend? Oh, fair enough.
But yeah, Shaq's not exactly known for his attacking, right? He's more defensive minded, or am I getting that backwards?
He is a more of an attacking back. He's not. I mean, he's an assist guy, right? He's
okay. So I'm flipping it. Got it.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's hard for me to decide too between Ibby and Farfan.
Yeah, but yeah, so those are my 6 up and my 6 down. As far as the subs go, impact player, I think Siki did, for the whatever minutes, the 14 minutes played, no big mistakes. I was actually shocked he replaced him and put him as a 6, because that was always my fear, is that defensively he has deficiencies. But I mean, if a coach believes in you and you're going to get minutes, you play where you need to play.
Right.
He's the one that set up that. He's the one that set up that ball for Logan.
In practice, he's been subbing him on a lot in preseason in the midfield.
Yeah, I think Siki's going to get a lot of 15-minute runs for sure. So he's going to have to do something with those 15 minutes. Yeah. He's going to have to, get an assist. He's going to have to be like, hey, I should be getting 60.
Yep.
So we'll see.
I mean, I really liked early Siki when he first came here. You were running him out for about 20 minutes or so, and he had that battery that he would just sprint the entire 20 minutes he was on. Yeah. I mean, if he keeps going that way, I'm happy with it. But Siki, I think, did his job. What do we think about what's the kid from North Texas?
Yeah,
Pedrinho.
Yeah, what did we think? He was high energy.
Yeah,
Lot
I
of
think he
energy.
clearly looked like he was trying to take the step up.
Yeah.
He definitely didn't look like a starter, but like I think his is a case of he's got to get the minutes against that kind of competition.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I
So
mean?
I'll say the attack looked a little bit more impressive when he got on the pitch, right? He just came on and it
The
just looked like
transition
they
was good when he
right. The
brought it.
transition was good and just felt like there was a little bit more attacking focus and attacking energy. But I'm sure Coach Quill had a lot to say at halftime too that affected that.
For sure.
Yeah, I mean Houston dominated our midfield. I think we were for the most part because we were mostly coming in on the wings. I feel like,
Yeah.
and then we had
Absolutely.
a couple of fast breaks and transitions up the middle that got us goals.
Yeah.
So I don't know. There's plenty of work to do in the midfield. I'm still freaked out about our midfield. Really,
Well,
just the spine, the connecting in the spine is what I'm worried about.
That's what I was saying about the press not
Mhm.
connecting, because like
Yeah.
Lucci would press, Musa would press, and they would pass twice, and then Romero or Leggett was supposed to fill that space, but wouldn't be there. And it's
Right.
like you can't press with two guys.
Yeah,
Right?
we
That
also
doesn't
still
work.
had plenty of moments where somebody was covering for somebody, which made them miss something somewhere else. Like,
Yeah.
we still had a bit of that. Like, there's some chemistry to be built here, and
Yeah,
like,
for
as
sure.
much as I'm happy that we won, like, still got some questions. That's
Yeah.
for sure.
So
I may be in the minority here with this opinion, but I was actually kind of impressed with Ibiaga in this
were
game.
you okay?
Yeah, I feel like he showed out. I feel like
Make your case.
he played a little bit more physical than he has in the past, but in a way that wasn't detrimental to the team.
Mhm.
When he in the past, sometimes when he plays really physical, he'll draw yellows and just draw fouls and cause trouble. But I feel like he was really more involved, and it's clear that Paz is leading the back, right? He's leading
Yes.
from the back, and even though he's not wearing the armband, he's absolutely calling the game from back there, which is great. And I feel like this season Ibiaga is listening to that a little bit more. And there was a lot of 1-2 communication that I saw. There was a lot of balls where you saw Paz back Ibi off and really just come up and grab the ball. And there was a lot more communication between the two. And I'm really interested to see what happens. And I agree with you on Farfan not having a great performance, but again, playing with a guy to your right who you've played 15 minutes with your entire life with before, like, got to give him a little bit of the benefit of the doubt there.
Yeah.
I do want to see more out of him. There was that one ball that got past him where he had his back to the ball and he completely lost the entire track of the game. That was, I think, really bad. But again, I think when you get these 5 guys back there and having Abubakar come off the bench there or even fill in one of these spots as a starter in that rotation, these 5-6 guys up in the back, I think we're going to see a lot out of them. And I think they're going to be better than we expect this year.
I hope so. I think one of my concerns when I was watching my recap earlier was on the goal against us. Osaze and Ibi both ended up covering the same guy. Hopefully that's just a chemistry issue. But I'm having flashbacks to like the Old Man City when they first got the money, right? And they had like Richard Dunn, who was like totally doing a pretty good job for them. And then they brought in Kolo Toure, who's clearly a better defender, right? But like Richard Dunn basically ended up losing his job because when they brought in a new guy, the chemistry just didn't happen and he kept going up for the same ball.
Mm-hmm.
And there were a couple of times this game where Osaze and Ibi were kind of going for the same thing and losing their marks. And that was a big part of what gave away that goal. Hopefully that just comes with chemistry. And then on Marco, he got dribbled by a couple of times pretty easily, which was very concerning. And his challenges, I think he was only at about 50% on challenges, wasn't he? Like on the ground? Everything else was fine, but those two
were not. Farfan has 2 issues for me with him, which is why I don't think it's a chemistry issue. He plays too far inside, like he was on Oz's hip most of the game. It's like, I don't need y'all 3 feet from each other at any point in the game.
Yeah, you got to trust center back, right?
Right. I don't like 3. I'm telling you, there were points where I looked up and I'm like, wait, there's one attacking person and the both of you are standing there. I don't need y'all there. And then there'll be someone who has wide open. And I'm like, why are you not over? Never mind. But again, Farfan is not my favorite. But as we discussed in the pre-recording, which may never see the light of day, he's all we have at the moment. Now, there's still not the window, I think, is still open.
Yeah, right? Window's open till April. There's a lot of time to make some moves.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So we can get an MLS veteran or maybe get a guy from the championship, just somebody to be a backup. or Nolan.
At minimum, we need a backup, right? At minimum.
But I think so.
Right.
Great.
We talked about this. He got run. Farfan did. He got run into the ground. A lot the end of last season. So there absolutely needs to be a backup there. And Logan may be the guy, but I do think you're right. I think there's still plenty of time in this window.
Norris. Yeah. If Logan's back there, that's a problem.
I say Logan? Yeah, Nolan, sorry.
No, I'm just making sure that's what
you're. My random white dude's confused. My bad.
Yeah. But no, I think based on the conversation we had last week, are y'all more optimistic or less optimistic after watching the first 90?
Can I go first?
Go ahead.
I'm more optimistic than I was. I think that a lot of the little issues I saw, the little ones, not the big ones, obviously, they were kind of chemistry based. And man, I know that between Lucho and Musa especially, like there were little things that weren't quite clicking, but they were almost there. I'm like, okay, that's going to work itself out. Our attacking front was all over and switching and moving around, and I absolutely love that. It felt like anybody could do anything up front, and that got me really amped up. I got excited about it.
It was interesting to note that when Musa was back and he saw that other guys were coming back too, when he saw Julio or Bernie or whoever else was out there with him start to come back, then you saw Musa have that recognition to go, okay, let me get back up front. And you saw the sort of switching play that, to your point, I think, once these guys get a lot of time under their belt together, it's going to be really exciting to watch, especially with a guy like Lucho who plays all over the place, right? And gets open and finds the game.
I think that that's why I wasn't as worried about Moose coming back as much as he did. He was in the center circle a lot, which was like, I got flashbacks to Zeus, but like Zeus was never quite as good as Musa seems to have been this game about getting back into position and switching and moving around. And the other thing between those attackers was there were more progressive passes between defenders and kind of breaking their lines apart a little bit than we have had in previous years. It wasn't just like toss the ball out to the outside and hopefully something works out. It felt like there was some really good intentional between the lane passing, which I thought was wonderful. That got me excited. And with Osaze showing out the way he did, I got more excited about it. Of course, it's the opening day. Weird stuff happens on opening days.
That's true. And it's a derby, so it's our hated rivals. So.
Right, we got 4 yellow cards. I'm going to attribute that to it being a derby.
Well, I'm going to attribute that to the yellow team not being great, but
yellow team does suck.
So Mark, Mr. Pessimist, are you more optimistic or less optimistic?
I still see the holes, but the signings thus far have panned out. Right, we got a goal from Julio. Musa is doing Musa things. I said, what did I say? 15. He might hit 20 at this point.
Let's see what happens.
If he stays healthy, that's always the caveat, obviously. If he stays healthy, I don't, especially if you're going to gift him goals like that. But yeah, if he stays healthy, 20 would be nice. I think you guys are all correct. Once there was a couple of attempts at 1-2s that didn't quite go off because the other person made assumptions about the other player.
Yeah, that definitely happened. Mm-hmm.
Right? It was like, okay, give me the ball, and I'm going to pass it back to you. And the other player stopped running, and I'm like, oh, okay. That's the thing you got to.
Lucho, where
we're
too cute a couple of times.
Yeah, where Lucho's like, oh, this is going to be a beautiful pass, and then no one went for it.
There's nobody there for it. There's nobody home. So, all that stuff will come with time and action, and frankly, these boys got to get one at home too, right? We're starting with 2 on the road. That's not easy, but going to grab 3 points is beautiful on the road.
Hey, we were on top of the league before the San Jose game. So
perfect.
We've got a share of the lead. We'll take that.
Yeah. But no, I think
stop the count.
I give this game a solid B+. I love F. All right. Well, I guess second question, is this the starting lineup going forward? Do you make any changes?
I think I replace Bernie with maybe Pedrinho. I think he showed he might earn some time, or even the only reason I don't start Logan is because who is our third striker if Musa picks up a knock or something else, and you've got Logan practicing at wing, and then you got to move him over and it gets a little bit more complicated. But I would like to see Bernie coming off the bench a little bit more and getting a little chaotic like he does late in games, and maybe picking up on that right foot a little bit more.
I guess, do you think that Bernie lost the job? Because I think it's his job to lose, according to Quill.
I don't think he lost the job, but I do think that there's a lot of competition there, and I think we're going to see a lot of combinations over there early in the year as they try
Yeah.
to figure out who plays best where.
Yeah, I think that when Pedrinho came on, did they not shift him to playing in the middle?
Yes. Yeah. Musa came back and Petrino was up top. Yeah.
Okay, because Pedrinho is more of a middle of the field guy, right? He's
Yeah.
not an outside guy as much. I think that if I'm taking Bernie off, which I would debate, I think I would rather see Bernie playing the last 30 or something right now than I would playing the first 60. I think just switching, I would prefer Logan there, but like Dennis was saying, I just don't know who you play up front if Musa comes off. At the same time, though, there's a world there where you throw someone like Lucho up front and put Pedrinho in the middle, or we still got Tarek Scott, right? Who wasn't bad. He just needs more minutes, maybe.
Yeah, but I mean, he came off injury last year, right? He was the one that had surgery.
Yeah, he did decent on the games we brought him in, though, didn't he? Am I remembering that wrong? Maybe the
No, he
competition
did.
was different. Though.
He's high energy. He's quick. Still too much raw talent. He needs a North Texas run. Actually, to be honest, he doesn't need a North Texas run. He needs a USL championship.
Alone. Yeah.
Yeah, he needs to be out. So the reason
hopefully we get a game where we're up 3 goals
17.
and we can get him some minutes that way.
Right.
Some low pressure minutes.
I don't think right now I change my lineup.
That's what I was asking. So I was like, going into Colorado, so we can transition from this game to the next game.
Mm-hmm.
Going into Colorado, which is the 1st, right, of March.
Yeah.
So we don't make any changes. We think, barring any injuries in practice all week, same 11.
Yeah, I would like to see Leo Chu get some minutes too. I know he was on the bench and he didn't get in, but I'd like to see what he can do at some point on the wing too.
Yeah. Do you think they'd swap the center back just because he's going back home or to Colorado?
Be interesting to see. I don't know if they make the move though right out of the gate. Maybe we see him get some bench minutes, but I think we want to see. Personally, at least for me, I think I'd like to see Osaze and Ibiaga get a little bit more chemistry together. And
I don't think they pull Osaze out unless he's tired and his fitness isn't up yet. And I don't know. I still think they like Ibby. I think they see him as somewhat of a leader at least.
Yeah.
And they see him as the veteran back. I don't know if they're going to try to run the weird rotating 3 center backs thing all season like they tried the last couple of seasons.
Just no back threes. No
back threes.
Nah, I don't expect any back threes, but I think we will see a lot of rotation. And honestly, I mean, that's a demanding position that usually plays a full 90, right? So you're not going to see a lot of bench minutes, but I do think you'll see a lot of rotation just to keep these guys healthy and keep them fit.
I'm very curious about how they handle Ramiro because I think I said before my concern with Ramiro is I have no idea what his fitness will look like at that age. I'm sure he's probably fine, but I don't know. Is he an injury prone guy? Is he a guy that needs to have, a few minutes off here and there or what? And he's coming off an injury. Wasn't like severe as far as I'm aware, but waiting to see how that pans out.
Wait, didn't we signed him in his off season, right? So he's still working. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
so
he's still working on recovery. I think so. There's a lot of talk about him being subbed off as early as he was a minutes restriction move. So I don't think he's full 90-minute healthy yet either.
Yeah, so I wouldn't be surprised to see a rotation there. The concern is who do you put in right at his role?
Siki.
Yeah, Siki is that what you think is
Nolan?
Yeah,
maybe Nolan. I could see that.
No, Delgado. What are we talking about?
Patrickson, yep.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, no, yeah, I suppose that would work out. Yeah, I don't know. I'm anxious to see how they play him out. We'll just see on that. I think if there is a player rotated, it might be Ramiro. I don't think anybody else really looked that gas. Although Musa, I guess, started looking gas a little bit at the end there.
So we got a B+ from Marcus Hubert. What's your letter grade for opening day?
I'm gonna give it a B, but in a vacuum, it's a B. I don't think they wowed me. They didn't do anything spectacular. Both goals were kind of helped by the other team not being at their best. We gave up a stinker goal as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
Now, if I'm looking at it outside of a vacuum, I got to say, 3 points on the road. I don't care how you played it. You got 3 points. It might be an A, but just by that definition. But I'm going to go with a B.
I'm going to go B+, verging on an A-, and I think I'm just as positive as where I was a week ago, and I think the future is bright. There are still some holes to fill. There are still some changes to be made. There may be another acquisition or two that comes in and really brightens the mood here. But still some questions at the midfield, still some questions at the wing, but I think there are a lot of pieces in place, and I think we're going to look good. But
and we were only like an inch away from a tie, so
That's true.
That is correct.
Yeah.
That is correct. But
the goalkeeper's best friend for sure.
By the way, McGlynn is a fantastic signing for Houston. I'm so glad we got Houston early because they had some little passing moments in the game that kind of scared me. I'm glad we got Houston in Houston this early.
It's going to be interesting to see him get some serious national team minutes too, in the next year or so.
I will say, I'm kind of worried. Side note: I saw the San Diego game.
Yeah,
that's how you spend money. Because goodness gracious,
we weren't sure what we were expecting from San Diego, and they showed up. So
that's for sure. That's going to be a fun.
By the way, before we leave the Houston game, want to talk about the away section? Was so much fun. Everyone was engaged.
I was just going to shift gears to that. You stole my transition.
Siki, by the way. Oh, good for me. Credit to Siki too at the end of the game, bringing the players over. I think that was Siki that I think started that.
It was. That
was pretty cool. Anyway, the section was cool. The section was rocking. I think we were all up there enjoying.
Yeah, so all three of us were up in the away section. You guys I know came down separately. I took the bus down with the club bus, and I was on the bus with a lot of EM supporters, and just a lot of good energy, man. Everybody was partying. It was a good time. We got there like literally as we were walking through security as they were playing the national anthem. It was
you guys got there real late.
Yeah, it was but it felt like the energy in that away section was incredible. I honestly have not been to very many away games. It's actually only my second away game. So, what do you guys think compared to the past and compared to where it's been? What was that like for you guys?
It's been good. That we filled 2 buses this time. Last year we booked 2. We only filled 1. Unfortunately, geography is an issue. We only get 2 of those. So it's Houston and Austin. Usually the Austin showings are a little better, and I don't quite understand.
That's a little closer.
Yeah, there's that. But no, this was fantastic. We filled 2 buses. We got our instruments in, which is usually a hassle from time to time. They were nice enough to give us some cover, and like they looked at the weather forecast and realized it was
Houston sports big mad about that. Big mad.
I feel like our showings away at Houston and Austin have been pretty good the last few years in general. We tend to show up and get excited about it. More people can go, which is always a positive. And I think the fact that we sold out the 2 buses, we'll probably get an extra bus next away game. We'll see how that goes. But opening day against your rival, I mean, it was bound to be good. I think the mood was good. Everybody was excited. Maybe there was just slightly more hype because it was opening day. Yeah. But honestly, we've been going harder and harder at every away day. And I think the biggest difference is more people showed up. What was it? 230? In the away section, not on the buses. Sorry.
230 in 230. Is that what we had? 230 in section?
I think it might have been 230 and 230. I don't remember for sure.
No, I think
it was 200 or more, right?
The last note I got from Tanner was 182.
I thought we had reached 200 and gone higher than that.
No, but that being said, that was when the supporters were doing tickets. Okay. After they do that, they give it out to everybody. Yeah, so
there were a bunch of folks who were at the game who had other tickets and came up to hang out.
Yeah, plenty of people, me included in that. My ticket was elsewhere, and I come up and hang out. And if there's no room, I'll leave. But there was enough room. I believe we got that section by mistake. I believe Houston's front office did made some errors. Historically, they've had issues getting our tickets figured out and stuff, and I don't think they meant to put us there. It just worked out.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, on the security call, they were just like, "You're in 230," and Tanner asked twice, "Like, are we sure?" And I thought it was a happy accident. I'm just going to give them the benefit of the doubt. If they saw the forecast and said, "Hey, we'll be nice,"
rain, shine, wind, cold, we were loud, and obviously the players heard us because like you said, Siki brought the rest of the team over, but they were really amped when they got over to the corner, and they were really showing love. And obviously the home supporters heard us too, because they have been pretty angry about that. We won't go too deep into that, but there are a lot of angry Houston supporters about the fact that we had cover and some reverb from that section up there.
I can't totally blame them.
No, I'm not mad. No, you know what's funny? This is the reason.
We got 3 points. There's no reason to be mad.
I'd be pissed if they got babied at our stadium. Like,
Yeah, but we don't have covering, so it's fine.
Sure.
We're all in the rain. We're all in the rain. No, it was really good. The reverb. What's funny is that the covering at Shell Energy and in Austin, we're actually usually louder, so much louder than the home supporters that you can hear us on the TV broadcast, which is interesting.
Well, you got to think
Yeah.
about it though. There's cover, there's reverb, and we're facing the actual cameras, right? Everyone
That's
else's
true.
sound is going across. Like,
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
so
incredible
hard
that we
cam
can
side.
be heard in Austin because they're freaky loud, right? I
Yeah.
think it's just the nature of where we are most of the time.
But to answer the away, I think the Lucho signing energized a lot of
Absolutely.
people. I saw a former El Matador member who moved out of state show up for this game. So
Yeah, shout out to Luis for coming all
Yeah,
the way
yeah,
from
yeah.
Miami
Yeah,
for this game. Yeah,
so that's. I think the energy is different. I think it's to be honest, it's kind of unfortunate. The construction is going to start and we can't
I
sell.
know,
Like it's
God.
really. I think the energy is different this year. I think people have maybe overly optimistic expectations this year.
We're fans.
Like it
of what
went,
we do, right?
it went from wooden spoon to hey, we might, and it's
What is
It's
over the
regardless
home
of the
playoff
sport
in a week,
fandom.
right?
yeah. So, but no, I think away was good. Next week is away at Colorado. I think a handful of people are going. We usually send at least 4 or 5 contingent to Colorado. Great stadium, great city. So no, it's pretty awesome, man.
Yeah, so we'll actually be at our DVG annual season kickoff town hall. That's starting a little late because
Is this your fancy
season's
transition?
season's a little weird.
He needs to
this
work
year,
on
right?
those. He needs to work on those. I need you to give me a dad joke or something. Like I need you to work on that. But yeah, no, our town hall. We got a new one of our watch party locations at Derbyshire. We're gonna have a quick 30-minute meeting. We have the printouts of the jerseys for this year, not next season, for this season that we can display. We're going to talk about
to see they are fire. The red one especially is
it
gasoline.
It looks great. We're actually the purple was a mistake, so we had to fix that, and because of that slight fix, we're now delayed. So it's
no
good time.
Hey,
renewals this season will be sent out before June.
Yes, for sure. Yeah. We will be ordering in October. So no, but yeah, so it's just going to be a quick meeting, 30 minutes. Come meet and greet. All the leadership should be there. We'll have name badges. You can come say hello. It'll be a good time. Drinks won't be free. That'll be at the tailgate, which is a 24-hour, which will be before the first game. So that'll be March 7th, if I'm not mistaken.
7th into the 8th. Yep.
Yep, 7 p.m. Into the next day. So you can come have dinner on us, have breakfast on us, and then lunch the next day.
Or bring us breakfast too. That's cool too.
Hey, yes, I'll take a churro donut or cinnamon roll.
Bacon, egg, and cheese.
Facts. Chopped cheese? Oh no. All right, never mind. So yeah, I just I want to I want everyone to come out. I want to see all the new faces. I know at the watch, we were out of town, but at the watch parties, we had good turnout. And
I hear Copa Tejas showed up at the watch party after
sure.
It was with me earlier in the day, getting beers poured in and out of it.
Yeah, it's our Stanley Cup. I mean, you know how it is. We take that seriously.
Oh my God, that's our Stanley Cup. Oh no,
that was a lot of fun. So look, we're a weekend. Mood is good. Energy is good. You can find us this weekend, like Marcus just mentioned, at Derbyshire in Frisco Square. You can check our social medias for more details, but we'll be there about 8 p.m. to get kicked off. We'll have our town hall meeting, and then we will transition into watching our boys beat Colorado, hopefully. We'll shout out our sponsors real quick, Derbyshire and Community Beer. Thank you for all you do. Thanks for supplying. There we go. Thanks for supplying our beverages to all of our fans. And 24-hour tailgate will be next week, as Marcus just mentioned as well. That is Friday, March 7th, 7 p.m., rolling all the way up to kickoff on Saturday, March 8th, where we will be hopefully bringing the Brimstone Cup back home, but we'll talk a little bit more about that next week on our next preview and our town hall recap. So we're looking forward to all of this. Final thoughts. What are you guys thinking?
Wait, are we doing one more before the game this weekend, or are we just going to do another recap next Monday?
That's
what's
a good question.
What's the plan?
You'll have to stay tuned to our
You have to
social
stay
media
tuned.
to find out.
What did I like to say? Like, share, and subscribe. I'm going to keep saying that. As a matter of fact, that might be merch. That's
Oh my
merch.
God.
Love it. Sign me up. I'll take 2.
All right. Well, I appreciate
Final
you
thoughts?
guys. Oh, final thoughts. Sorry. Now we're rushing. Final thoughts. Great win. We'll take a W. What's that meme? 3 more points in the pocket.
3
So
more points.
there you go. It's a great way to start the season. Like I said, the mood has swung drastically, and I love to see it. As someone who's been supporting this team since Pizza Hut Park and South Lake, and
Yep.
like it's been a long time. I know we have a lot of transits who just joined, and we welcome everybody. Everybody can come in. It's a family.
I was new a couple of years ago, man, and look at me now. I'm vice president.
Yeah, basically, yeah. Come join in.
No.
No, maybe that's not a good advertisement. Anyways, join us. Memberships are available on the website. For that, you do get discounts at our watch party location. So just go stay tuned. Follow us on all social medias to keep up to date, to know if we're holding any events. And yeah, it's a great way to start the year, man. It was a great travel. Everybody got there and back safely, and we got 3 more points. So as far as I'm concerned, that's a hell of a week.
Yeah, and shout out to Stephen Gould and EM and everyone who helped paint the banner that said
It
"Get
looked
Emma."
badass on TV.
Oh yeah, no, that was nice. That was awesome. Yeah.
All right,
I think.
folks.
Side note, I think I know there's a lot of. I'm going to address this. I know there's some issues online. I want everyone to remember the internet is not a real place.
100%.
Right? Come outside, enjoy us, join us, tailgates, watch parties, come have a drink. I promise you, if you have a drink with us, there will be no problems.
And even if you don't drink, we got Gatorade, we got waters, we got
That's fair.
seltzers.
Stay hydrated.
Yeah, stay hydrated.
Yeah.
Because I heard I was only on one bus, but I hear there were some hydration issues.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Stay hydrated, right? Like we all want to get through these games.
I
safe.
asked Dennis how many beers he had at one point, and he said, "I don't know." So
I don't know. All right, yeah.
Listen, I rode down with Charlie. Okay.
Yeah, no, good time. Have we checked on him? I know being outside in the cold with no shirt on.
He's alive. He's all right.
Yeah. All right, Hubert.
We made it back to Frisco.
We got 90 seconds. Hubert, go ahead. What do you final thoughts?
Yeah, no, glad to get a win. I think opening days are kind of hard to take too much from because I don't know, feels like a lot of teams are completely different week 2. So I'll kind of reserve my real judgment for then. I'm excited for the Colorado game, and I'm just really amped about the homecoming against Chicago. I think it's going to be really great. Plenty of supporters that haven't gotten to watch the team yet in 2 weeks without watching your team. I don't know. Yeah. I think it's going to be nice, loud, exciting for Chicago. Please come out to the 24-hour tailgate. I'm generally there for the whole thing, so if you want to come hang out.
I will be there for 8 of the 12 hours, probably.
Yeah, right.
So, yeah, the cup will be at the tailgate, by the way. They're flying it in, so we'll be there.
That one too, then.
Oh, yeah, I did have one more thing, too, if you're still giving me my 90. Shout out to Pax Apomicals for hanging out with us in the OA section.
Hell yeah.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
People.
Pax is a winner. It's usually him or his parents are usually there, too, sometimes, depending on the city. So always good people. All right, Dennis, go ahead and final thoughts and let's get us out of here.
I got one final thought, and it is Huck Houston.